Hi. I know you probably don't recognize me because it's been so long since I actually sat down and talked to y'all and showed my face. I think definitely over a year. But my name is Tanae, and I'm here to give you guys the life update that you never asked for. As I said, it's been over a year. I think the last time I sat down and talked to you guys, I was about 4 months pregnant. I was showing you guys my bump and just giving you an update on how pregnancy was going. So it is now November of 2022. My baby is turning a month old later this month on the 28th. So it's been about a year. So I just want to update you guys on how my first year of motherhood went. So first and foremost, I do have a mommy channel where I have like a labor and delivery story. I have vlogs showing like me doing things, going to doctor's appointments, leading up to when I gave birth, and of course vlogs ever since then. It's a mommy and baby channel actually. So if you guys want to see what me and Michael are up to, that's her name. That's my daughter, Michael Sage. Y'all can't get the last name, not the full government, but Michael Sage, me and her, if you want to see like what we've been up to and all of the boring details of our life, you can follow me there. The channel is Tiny Mamas. I'll link it if that's something I can do. And I'll put it in the description box or in the comments or something. But yeah, so my labor and delivery, just to briefly touch on that, were amazing. I was actually in labor for 22 hours, which sounds like a really long time, but it didn't feel that way because I wasn't really in pain like that until the last few hours, but I was smiling through the entire 22 hours. I had just come off a 10-hour work day, and then my water broke like 2 hours later after I got home, and then I was in labor for 22 hours. So I was awake for a long ass time, and I gave birth to a baby, so I was extremely exhausted after that. But the whole time during, I was just excited and smiling and just over the moon. I did have a unmedicated vaginal birth, so if you're interested in hearing about that, like I said, my labor and delivery story are up on the other channel, and I will link that too. And Michael came out looking exactly how I thought she would. She looked just like her daddy. She had his dark hair. It was straight. It's still straight with a little curl to it, actually. She had his dimples, his reddish skin, his big old feet. She just looked just like her daddy. So it was a really beautiful moment, and just being postpartum was amazing as well. First of all, I was very blessed to have the labor and delivery experience that I did. I see horror stories online all the time, especially from other Black women, about how traumatizing birth was. And I just really had to thank the team that I had with me, not just the midwives, but my doula. It was just like the best experience ever. Everything didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to. I didn't get to have my water birth because she came a little early, but they did everything they could to make sure that I didn't have to have a C-section, which I absolutely did not want. Whereas other moms who were experiencing the things that I experienced in labor, like the baby's heart rate decelerating when I had a contraction, they were instantly told they had to have a C-section. So I'm so glad that my team was like, oh no, we're gonna try everything before we do that. So I was able to have my vaginal birth unmedicated, and that experience was great. And then being postpartum and not having to experience postpartum depression, like it was like the ecstasy that I was experiencing during birth just like continued on after that. And that's with me healing from a 3rd-degree tear. I'm just like, it was like it didn't even faze me. I was just like, oh my God, I have a baby. And just whatever she wanted from me, I was just ready to give it to her. Waking up every 2 hours in the middle of the night in cold sweats so I can feed her. And it was like, I didn't think I was going to get through that, but I did, because I don't know, just having her and being a new mommy it just gave me so much energy. So that experience was great for me. A lot of you follow me because of my period vlog, so I'm just gonna touch on how my periods are for a little bit as well, give you an update on that. And there's also a extended video on the other channel. That's where all of my vlogs and like lifestyle videos and stuff are gonna be from now on, by the way. This channel is just gonna be art and hair. Yeah. So my periods did become normal after I gave birth. Not just normal, but painless, virtually painless. I don't even get PMS anymore. I don't have like the spotting before my period comes. I don't have the cramping, that starts a week before my period. I don't even get the big breast anymore before my period, which that was the one thing I actually liked. But yeah, I don't get like that irritability and just kind of emotional over little stuff anymore. Like, I just don't experience PMS at all. It is honestly like ovulation is worse than my periods now. I get that terrible ovulation cramp where I'm just laying down for like 3 hours that day, and well, I'm not gonna say that because that's nasty, but just how can I say that, having to take multiple showers and change my underwear constantly. I'll do it. We'll say that. But yeah, so ovulation is way worse than my periods now, which is crazy. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. So yeah, I haven't really made a period vlog in a while because it's like I'm not doing anything for my period anymore. But you guys can always still watch my other videos where I have remedies. These are all natural remedies, and there are ways to prevent period pain from occurring rather than trying to fix it in the moment, because that doesn't really work most of the time. So I will link my period vlog playlist below as well. Now, this is kind of funny. On the other channel, I get so many comments about my child's father. Where is he? Is he in the picture? I hope you're not a single mom. What was his role in like everything? And I know what they want. Like, I know what y'all want, but I'm not about to give it to y'all. I actually have showed him in a few videos. If you go on the channel, if you pay attention, he's in there. I just don't be showing y'all his face. Like, I know that's what y'all want. Y'all want to see what he look like. If you want to see what he look like, just look at pictures of Michael smiling or doing something with her eyebrows like that, and just put it on a 6'3", 210-pound man, and that's Marco. Like, dead ass. I'm never going to vlog about him or go into depth about him, just because I feel like I put a lot of myself out on the internet as a content creator, and y'all know a lot about my personal life and my sex life and my periods and my baby, and and that's like the one thing I just feel like I want to keep it private. I always posted guys I wasn't even serious with, not even in a relationship with. We just talking, we just dating or whatever. Like, posted them on my story, or, showing them out on dates and stuff with them. And once I started a family with somebody, it was like I just didn't want to do that. I don't know. It was different, But he exists. He's a real person. You know how women joke on Twitter about men where they like, men don't build and hunt and forage anymore and stuff like that. That's literally the kind of man he is. Like, he do not be on social media. He just doesn't. He don't use social media. He's one of those guys that takes a selfie like twice a year. And he literally does those things. He is a woodworker. He likes to hunt. He likes to live in cabins and mountains and shit. That's just what he does. He works 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. And when he's on break at work, he's carving blocks of wood into little kittens. And that's just who he is. Like, he do not be in the mix, and I'm not about to put him in the mix because that's not who he is. He would never want to be, on a YouTube channel like that. So yeah, you guys are never gonna get that. But yeah, that's just to let y'all know that he's a real person. Now, I'm going to talk about something more serious now. Just a trigger warning. I am going to be referencing sexual assault. I'm not going to give you guys the details about any kind of assault. I'm just going to talk to you guys about, I'm giving you an update. So I want to let you guys know that I did end up, in March of this year, I ended up reporting the multiple sexual assaults that happened to me, by the same person 2 to 3 years prior. Not a full 3 years, but it happened the first time in 2019, then another time in 2019, and another time in 2019, and then again in 2020. And I reported those assaults in March of this year, 2022. And it was something that I didn't think I would ever do. I had been assaulted and raped before. And what I did was that I just went on about my life. It bothered me for like a few months, but eventually I was able to just put it in the back of my mind, and it wasn't affecting me like that, But this time, due to the person the relationship that I had with this person, and the fact that it happened over and over, like it was a cycle of manipulation and gaslighting and everything like that. I guess that played a part in why I just could not get over the shit. And as more time went on, I just felt worse and worse and worse instead of, starting to forget about it. And then once I got pregnant and I was sick with morning sickness, and I wasn't working for a while, and I was just left alone with my thoughts. I didn't have work anymore to distract me from anything. And so I ended up developing PTSD because I was having daily flashbacks and being up all night, just going back to, just thinking about one of the assaults in particular, the worst one, and just playing it over and over in my head and driving myself crazy. And so after that, I knew that I was going to report it, but I wanted to give birth to my baby, enjoy being a new mommy for a while first, and then I was going to do it. So that's exactly what I did. So yeah, I reported it in March. I talked to my detective in April, sat down in the interview room. There was definitely a long stretch between April and October where I wasn't satisfied at all with what was going on with my case. I felt like they weren't doing anything. And then I felt like I was being ignored. My calls weren't being answered. They weren't reaching out to me about anything. They weren't following up on the things that they told me they were going to do as part of the investigation. So I almost gave up after that, because I'm like, if my detective ain't going to help me, then how am I going to get help, But I ended up it took a while, but I was like, fuck this, I'm not giving up. I felt like I'll be doing a disservice to myself if I just gave up. I almost felt like that's what they wanted me to do. Like, that's probably what happens to most assault victims, where they feel like nothing is happening, so they just give up, and they like nobody's answering them, so they just stop calling. And I just couldn't let myself do that, so I ended up talking to a sergeant. We got my case switched over. And now I'm working with somebody who is getting things done. And even when they aren't available to get certain things done, they're letting me know what's going on, letting me know when they're going to be able to do it, keeping me in the know. So things are going a lot smoother now. I feel like something good is actually going to come of this. So that's all I'm going to say about it. And I want to encourage anybody else out there who has been through it to report. You don't have to sit at home suffering, thinking about it, and feeling like there's nothing you can do. Like, even if you can report it and just have a paper trail, you never know. Like, another woman could have had this done to them by the same person, and then they report it, and then it's like, okay, we're starting to see a pattern. Or even just, having it exposed on social media or something, like, this is the type of person that this guy is. People are going to start to see the pattern. More people are going to be brave enough to speak up once they see somebody else speak up about it. So no pressure, because I know it's not something that everybody can do or wants to do, but I just, I had to put that out there. On to some happier news. I finally moved out of my mama's house. That's where I was the whole time after I moved from my apartment last year in September. So I was there from September of 2021 all the way to July of 2022. So almost a year. Me and the baby were there. She was born in, early, and then we came back to my mom's house. So I know they weren't even intending on having a newborn in their home, but of course they loved it. They love being grandparents. But yes, me and Michael had to have a space of our own. And I knew it had to be way better than the apartment that y'all seen me in before. Like, y'all don't even know how bad it was. But just, man, when I say it was so small, the oxygen was so bad in that apartment. Couldn't breathe. I was sweating my skin off in the summertime because the air just was not going anywhere. And it was like, it smelled like my neighbor's cigarettes all the time, as if my neighbor was sitting in my kitchen smoking. And the people were really weird. Like the kind of people that just stare at you when you say hello or good morning to them, or they grunt at you. Like literally. Maintenance was terrible, management was terrible. They weren't communicative. They didn't give a fuck. So I stopped giving a fuck. I didn't even pay my rent for the last 3 months I was there, and then the state ended up paying it for me. So but yeah, it was just bad. I knew that I could not raise my child there. So I was really, looking for something much better. And I had the means to get something much better this year, thank God, because I did go to work while I was pregnant after I moved. And I did go back to work briefly at the same job after my maternity leave. So I had a lot of money saved up to just put towards a really nice apartment. So now there's no more tiny studio where I don't even have any counters. Now I'm in a very nice 2-bedroom. It's not like a modern apartment. It's not luxury, but it's just right for me. Like, it's just what I needed. Nice hardwood floors, beautiful doors with beautiful trim. Oh my God, it looks so nice. I'm gonna have to show you guys. The rooms are huge. Like, my bedroom is like, it's like a king size bedroom. Michael has her own room, and her room is like only slightly smaller than the bedroom that I had when I was living with my grandma. So it's big for a baby's room, and she has like all her own little decorations. She has like elephant and animal decorations and stuff, and a big old play mat and toys, and she loves it in there. She loves being in my room too. Like, my room is big enough for me to have my office space and my art section, and still have a whole other huge area that's just my bedroom. And then I have a nice walk-in closet. Her closet is actually a walk-in closet. And then the bathroom. The bathroom is so nice. The bathroom at my old studio was one of the worst things about it. Like, the tub looked disgusting. It was one of those tubs that they like kind of caulked to like get it to stay to the floor. Like, it was an old-fashioned tub, and they like used some white shit to like make it stick to the floor. And then it had a window in the shower, but the window had blinds instead of being a shower window. So you showering and the window was open and the blinds just smacking you and getting wet and shit. And it was just like dirty. Like, the tile in there, it looked like the towel is supposed to be on the floor in the bathroom, and it was so tiny you couldn't even close the door all the way when you were sitting on the toilet. It was just bad. Like, this bathroom is bigger, nicer, it's beautiful. It has a nice shelf and window inside of it, and the sun just shines through while I'm taking my shower and just warms me up and makes me feel so beautiful. I love showering. Like, seriously, I don't know if y'all are like into looking at houses and homes and stuff like that, but when I say, like, that really was a plus for me. And then of course we have our own living room now. and the kitchen is bigger and actually has counters, and it has updated appliances. So I have stainless steel refrigerator and stove, and yeah, it's just so much better. Way better. The neighborhood is a lot. Like the old neighborhood I was in was like, it was like adjacent to this very wealthy neighborhood, but it's like the people in there was no community, you know what I mean? So like here it's actually mostly Latino population over here, and then I would say the black population is the next highest. Really, I only see black and Latino people. I never see white people or Asian people or anything like that. So it's like a black and Hispanic neighborhood. And so it has a whole lot of like fresh food stores, and like people got roosters and shit, like like chickens and shit in their backyard and stuff. People are always outside, and not like in a bad way. They like, I don't know, it just feels like there's so much more community here, and I'm with my people, so you know. I love it here. I'm happy with it. And this apartment was a steal, because you can't get an apartment this size for this price, especially if it's updated and nice and stuff. I still haven't been able to find another one like it in Chicago that isn't owned by this management company. So yeah, I love it. I hope I can stay here until I actually save up, another down payment for a condo, because I'm definitely not trying to just stay here for just 1 year like I did at the old one. But yeah, we love it here. Okay, last thing I'm gonna talk about, which might be the most important thing to a lot of people watching this, is new art. So I have jumped back into arting. After I had my baby, I didn't art the whole time I was pregnant, and then after I had her, I was actually having those feelings where I was terrified, because for years other artists have told me, yeah, oh, I used to be an artist, I used to draw all the time, but then life got in the way. And I always say I could never see myself like letting life get in the way and just not ever being an artist again. Like, oh, I hope that never happens to me. But after I had my baby, I was really starting to be afraid that was happening, because it was like, not only did I not have the energy or like a desire to draw anymore, but I was actually beginning to be okay with that and thinking, well, maybe my art career is just over. Like maybe it's run its course. And I'm so glad that I snapped myself out of that. I think I just needed something new, and I needed like a refresh. And so, after I got my tax money, I had a lot of money. They took care of us people who had babies in 2021. It really did. So I had a lot of money, and so I was like, I can actually afford an iPad now. Maybe I can get into digital art like I've always said that I wanted to do. So I did that. I'm currently like rebranding right now as, a digital artist. I'm not gonna just be a digital artist. I do plan on eventually using colored pencils and chalk pastels again. But for right now, I'm trying to master digital art and, really find my digital art style. So I'm only focusing on that right now. Probably will for like a couple years, which is what I did with my, every time I learned a new medium before, that's what I did. It's going really well so far. Like I'm loving it. I feel like it's 10 times easier than traditional art, but I wouldn't, I'm gonna always love traditional art. There's just nothing like having, a physical piece in front of you that you can touch and feel the texture and everything. And I actually add noise to all my digital art paintings because I miss that graininess of color pencils. I really do. But yeah, it's been really fun so far. I have a lot of upcoming pieces. I just uploaded a few, and I really want to start uploading art regularly again. And when I say I'm really gonna push myself to do it, I mean I have so many ideas, and I have the motivation and the inspiration right now. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm trying to get a couple holiday pieces done before Christmas comes. I got a couple Halloween pieces done during spooky season, and after I get the holiday pieces done, I'm going straight into the V-Day pieces. So yeah, I'm trying to get on the ball, build up this digital art portfolio, and actually start selling art again. I haven't sold or promoted my own art for sale since before I got pregnant. So I'm trying to really, really put my all into art, like in a way that I've never done before. And not just art, but the actual content creation side, you know, on Instagram, I'm about to do the reels, post regularly. I might even do some classes. Like, I'm just really, really, really in focus mode because I want to be able to live off of my creations. Like, I really do. Speaking of that, if you don't know by now, I own a virtual art gallery called Black Artist Space. We have an Instagram. It's Black Artist Space. The website is blackartistspace.com. I'm sure if you are a Black artist, you probably heard of it. Not trying to toot my own horn, but, you know, we have a nice big following. And so I say we, but it's just me. And I kind of revealed that to everybody recently because I had to put Black Artist Space on the back burner and focus on my own personal projects. But I would really love if you guys could support and go follow, like some posts, save them. Definitely watch the reels because me and the artists make money from reel plays. And if you want to donate to Black Artist Space, you can do so on PayPal. Just send it to blackartistspace@gmail.com. Could really use the help if you're willing to give it. And I appreciate any and everything. You know, I'm trying to make this stay-at-home mommy thing work until my baby can talk so that if she goes to daycare, she can tell me if something is wrong, if somebody did something to her, you know, if she's uncomfortable, things like that. So I really want to try to be able to stay at home with her until that time. So I'm really working my ass off right now trying to make rent money all the time. But also, you know, doing Black Artist Space is a ton of work. And like I was telling my audience, it's the best job I've ever had. Honestly, if I was making a living off of it, that would be the only thing I did. Like, I swear, I love it so much. I love helping artists and just hearing how grateful they are that I posted them and hearing them tell me, oh, I got this many sales off of this, or this person noticed me because of this. Like, it makes me feel so good. And the fact that I can actually help them get money too really makes me feel good because I'm a struggling artist myself, so I know how hard it is. But yeah, if you guys want to support me and the other artists on the page, like I said, blackartistspace.com. Donations go to blackartistspace@gmail.com on PayPal. And just watch our reels. Just watch every reel over and over, and like it and save it and share it on your story. Okay, I'm gonna go get Michael so you guys can see what she looks like. Now, I hope she's not asleep yet. She's in her room in her crib watching Peppa Pig on my iPad. So say hi. You're not gonna talk? The people want to hear from you. She got tears in her eyes. She just woke up. The people want to hear from you, mamas. You don't want to talk? Michael is, like I said, she's going to be a year. Girl, stand up. She don't want to stand up. She's going to be a year old in like 3 weeks. I'm trying to move the microphone so they can, okay, there, they can see you. Okay, she's going to be a year old on the 28th. She's tall, just like her daddy. She's a super busy baby, so she loves just being everywhere. She crawls everywhere. She's standing up and, like, you know, walking along the edge of the bed, and she has to stand up to drink her bottles. Like, this girl stands up and watches TV, standing up with a bottle tooted up like this and looking at the TV with one eye. Like, it's crazy. Like, girl, just sit down. Silly. She not talking right now, but believe me when I say she talk a mile a minute. And then, like, when she cries now, I can hear her cussing me out at the end. Like, she'll be like, don't you? She do that a lot. But yeah, she be talking a mile a minute. She not shy. Don't let her fool you. And what else can I say about little Michael here? She's crazy. She's a crazy baby. Right, mamas? She's a little lunatic. Always sing, she's a maniac, maniac. You a maniac, ain't you? Say yes, mommy. Say yes, mommy. She is obsessed with Peppa Pig. When I say obsessed, I mean absolutely obsessed. As soon as she see me putting the iPad up in her room, she knows she about to watch Peppa Pig, and she just races over to the edge of her crib so she can see it sitting on the windowsill. And she also loves Cookie Monster and Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer. Mamas, stop. Why are you doing that? She has 7 teeth now. She only had 2 when we moved in July. Now she has 7. Your ponytails are messed up. I'm gonna have to fix these. You're not gonna talk? You're not gonna say hi? They want to talk to you. She trying to get my mouse. Say hi, mama. Say hi. All right, well, she's being boring today. I'm gonna go let her play in the bouncer. She loves the bouncer. And I'll show you guys a clip of that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my update video. I'm going to be on this channel a lot more often again now. I swear I'm not letting it die. And thank you guys, anybody who's still here, thank you for being here and supporting me and, you know, wanting to see me win. And I do have new prints up of 2 pieces that I recently did. One is called Demon Time and the other one is called A Pink Halloween. They're both spooky season pieces. So I'm selling those. If you want to purchase a print, just go to tenebriana.com/shop, and they come in sizes 8x10, 11x14, and 13x19. They are NSFW pieces, so just putting that out there. There's booty and there's titties. And yeah. I should be on here again streaming some artwork soon. That's another new thing that I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start streaming artwork on here. So if you're into watching live paintings, then stay tuned for that. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.